Welcome back to Maths with Mrs. J. We have another challenge to do. Now, this one isn't particularly difficult. It's not easy, but it's not particularly difficult with your senior secondary school maths skills. Even a year 10 student in theory should be able to do this. We've obviously got a sum of two square roots on the left-hand side and a square root on the right-hand side. It would make sense that to solve this, we could square both sides. Just be a little bit careful squaring your left-hand side. The square of that is not just the square of this plus the square of this. We do have a middle term. Just remember, a plus b all squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So if we square both sides here, well, we're going to get 2x minus 3 because the square of a square root is just what was under the square root sign. We've undone it. Plus 2 times the square root of these two things multiplied. We might as well put them both under the one square root sign. That's perfectly fine to do that. Plus this squared equals this squared. Okay, let's tidy up a smidge. So we've got 2x, well, the minus 3's go. And let's just actually bring that 3x over here. So we get 2x plus 6 equals 2 of this expression here. I might expand this at this stage because we're probably going to need it expanded anyway. So 2x squared plus 6x minus 3x, so plus 3x minus 9. Obviously, we want to divide both sides by 2. We absolutely can do that. Just be careful that you divide both of these terms by 2. What are we going to do here? Well, we're going to square them again. So when you square this side, you just get 2x squared plus 3x minus 9. When you square this side, you're going to get x squared plus 6x plus 9. I'm going to bring everything over the one side. So we're going to have 1x squared minus 3x minus 18 is 0. Now this is a nice easy quadratic to factorise. We just have a 1 in front of our x squared, so we should be able to go straight to our two brackets, assuming there will be factors that will work, and there will be. We want two numbers that multiply to give negative 18 and add to give negative 3. So if we have negative 6 and plus positive 3, that will work. So we get x is 6 or negative 3. Now, are we done yet? We're not actually done yet. We need to actually, because we've done a couple of times, we've squared both sides, it's possible that we might have brought in some solutions that aren't actually really feasible. So we need to check now the feasibility of both of those solutions. So if we have a look at our first solution, so just check x is 6. Well, the left-hand side would be the square root of 12 minus 3, which is the square root of 9, plus square root of 9. The right-hand side, so that's your left-hand side, which is 3 plus 3, which is 6. Your right-hand side is going to be the square root of 36, which is 6. So that's all good. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If x is negative 3, when you sub into your left-hand side, or you try to sub into your left-hand side, you're going to be trying to take the square root of a negative number. Okay, now in the real number system, we can't do that because you're going to get 2 times negative 3 minus 3. Can't do this in the real number system. So this answer is not feasible. So therefore, our solution is x equals 6. Just a little reminder there, you might get some answers coming out of a quadratic equation or a cubic equation that are not actually feasible. You should always go back to the original equation and just check if it is actually suitable for those answers to be used. In this case, obviously, you can't take the square root of a negative number in a real number system, so we had to basically throw out that answer as a valid possibility.